Holy shit!
Shabadadoo.
We just watched episodes 3 and 4 of Yuri Kuma Arashi, aka Lesbear Tornado. Vic, what'd you think?
I loved it. Episode 3 was a little boring and confusing, but then episode 4 was awesome. It was adorable, and I laughed a lot, and there was shabadadoo, and it was very sexy.
Life sexy.
And I thought it was wonderful.
Episode 4 was the first time watching this show that I felt like
You understand what
it
was going on.
made any sense, and that it was like telling a story and not just a giant metaphor for everything in the world. Yeah, episode 3 was super confusing. I don't know what the fuck was happening there. Like, episodes 1 and 2 were both like had elements of introducing new characters and concepts and stuff going on, even if it was mostly confusing. Episode 3, I just wall-to-wall had no idea what was happening until, like, the very end when she fought Yurizono, who didn't amount to be that big of a character, I guess, if she's already dead.
She's dead.
She's probably dead.
I don't know.
But as suspected, the two main bears are like really the main characters, is what I've been thinking all along.
Yeah.
And Kureha. In this episode, in episode 4, we learn the entire backstory of the two bears, and we get subtle hints as to what they're doing. Victor didn't catch on exactly to what it all meant, so I'm going to explain it in case anybody else didn't. The idea is that I'm going to call them Purple Bear and Brown Bear. Purple Black Bear. Would you say she's black or purple? She has purple highlights. Purple and Black Bear. The way I understand it at this point is that Purple and Black Bear either has been to the human world before or has interacted with it, and she was in love with or was the victim of love from Kureha's mom. Kureha's mom was in love with her, or vice versa, or both of them were in love with each other.
Something like that.
There was some kind of love going on there, and Kureha's mom got eaten by bears. We still don't completely know what eaten by bears means.
Yes.
We've seen the bears eating people, and as far as we know, it just means they're dead.
Yeah.
But,
presumably
eaten by bears.
They eat people. But then we were given the two girls come and then they do like the transformation thing and then they lick the Yuri, and it seems like a different method of eating a person than like physically consuming them.
Are they like slowly but surely consuming Kureha?
Or are they feeding off of her Yuri essence?
Right, are they feeding off of her love?
Because at first they were saying they were so eager to eat her. But then now it seems like they don't want to eat. They want to kiss her and not
it's always,
eat her.
Every episode they have a judgment where they say, we're going to eat her, and then they do that.
And then
so
they
I guess
do that.
That's eating her.
They are eating her.
But then there's also eating where you just eat them.
Yeah.
I guess.
Where apparently they have physically eaten some of the girls.
Very confusing. But we do know that
very
Black Hair had some kind of relationship with Kureha's mom, and she now has the necklace that Kureha's mom wore. They showed that at the end. She's holding it up, and then it shows the picture, and Kureha's mom has it on her neck. So we know that much. We know that she's trying to return the favor for something that Kureha's mom gave her, be it love or whatever, happiness, something. She wants to return the favor to Kureha, the daughter. I don't know if she even can distinguish between them, you know, in a way. Because she says she wants to give it back to her, but the mom's already dead. So, who knows? And then the Lulu was the princess whose brother died, and now she feels like she can't experience kisses anymore, whatever the fuck that means, but she can experience love.
That's another thing. Are kisses literally kisses, or is it some sort of,
what the fuck are kisses?
Some kind of bullshit.
Whatever it is, are kisses magical? Do they do something to you? I don't know, but she's allowed to have love, and the way she shows her love is by trying to help Black Hair get her love.
Yes.
And Black Hair wants to be in love with Kureha, so that's why they're in the human world. We get that. They have motivation now.
Yes.
We understand the motivations of the characters. Kureha is just in a world of confusion. Do they just want to make her happy? Do they want to eat her? Or is their intention malicious, or is it positive? Will whatever they want to do benefit Kureha in the end? Is Sumika ever coming back?
They've been saving her from the other bears, so it's like, does, you know, they seem like they want to help her.
What is the way to help Kureha if Sumika is dead?
Yeah.
What is the method? Where can she gain happiness with Sumika dead? Does she have to kill all the bears? Does she have to find love? Does she have to forget love?
They have to.
Does remembering love help
through like the grieving process?
Because in episode 3 she wanted to forget love, but
Yeah.
she can't forget love, and they told her if you forget it, you'll really lose it. You know, so I guess they want her to remember love. Do they want her to love them?
Because I mean, at the end of episode 4, she couldn't, or I guess in the middle, she could not accept their friendship.
Right.
So maybe they need to like inspire her to.
Is
to
this
get
all
over
a
the death of
metaphor
her
for
friend.
loss? Is that what this is?
It could be.
Is it a metaphor for learning how to love again after the loss of a loved one?
Well, yeah, because you know, what's her name lost her brother, Kureha lost her lover. And then the purple-haired girl lost Kureha's mom. So maybe it's all about getting over the loss of loved ones.
It's starting to make sense, though.
There's a I know, only 4 episodes in.
At no point in episode 4 until till the ending did I think it was, because we were just like, oh, here we go.
I mean, I thought it was going somewhere, but I figured it was going to be a big metaphor and not a backstory.
We were just, oh, I guess we're in for... Yeah, but the whole show has been metaphors that don't make any sense. So we get this big metaphorical story, and I'm like, this is fucking hilarious and awesome when she's kicking this kid.
It was fucking adorable. Oh my god.
And every time, it reuses the same animation, but the result is completely different.
Yes.
Like, she kicks him off the same grassy cliff, and then he's in a volcano.
That kid was so fucking adorable.
The story was amazing. It was by far the most entertaining thing to happen.
At some point we're gonna learn what that bee was.
I hope
specifically.
I was like, what the fuck is the bee?
We definitely will.
Oh man,
the bee is interesting.
It was a great episode. The music in the last
music was definitely fucking
whole
awesome.
section was fucking great.
I feel like it was one of the best episodes of anime I've seen in a long time.
I don't know about all that, but it was definitely the best episode of the show so far.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Because I've been very much watching this in the mindset of like, well, it's fucking... I'm watching it because it's called Lesbear Tornado.
Yes.
You know, like, I'm watching it because it's an Ikuhara show that's just off the rails. But now I finally am like somewhat invested on a level where I'm like, all right, I understand that the characters are trying to do something on some level. Good.
It's going to be a 13 or 26?
12.
12?
As far as I know.
Well, that explains why they got somewhere in episode 4.
Right. I mean, yeah, people make it out like Penguin Drum or Utena made any more sense than this, and they did not.
I mean, Utena had a lot more time to...
But, like, Utena was easy to follow in terms of the fact that it presented you with... She's gonna have to fight all these people. But, I mean, this has been a huge common criticism of Utena, was that she had no motivation in the first part of the show. You know, like, people always... In fact, through, like the entire show, she just is a reactionary character. She reacts to what everyone else is doing, and each individual person she fights is the one who has the interesting motivations.
Yes.
And then with Penguin Drum... I only watched 4 episodes, so I have no idea what the fuck it was about.
I thought you had finished it.
No.
Oh.
I've never seen Penguin Drum.
Oh.
All I saw was the confusing, weird-ass openings. But,
it's
like...
always...
it's always
I really need to rewatch Penguin Drum because, like... I was tired a lot of the time.
But, people made it out, like... Because Penguin Drum...
It gets really, like, serious and dramatic.
Penguin Drum has a really, like, emotional first episode that makes you really, like, set up... Like, wow, these characters are all deep and interesting. But then immediately it makes no sense. So when people were talking about Yuri Kuma, where they were like, oh, the first episode didn't really have an emotional connection, I'm like, yeah, but Penguin Drum immediately made no sense. Like, right after the first episode, you had no idea where the fuck it was going.
The first arc of Penguin Drum about the one girl was understandable, because it was just kind of like, she's around, and it was just kind of a fun love triangle-ish thing, and then it really kind of gets into the fucking deep drenches of trippy, I don't know what the fuck is happening. What are these weird Utena characters?
Right.
What is this, like, giant metaphors?
I know you've been would you say that you've been more into Yuri Kuma so far than you were into Penguin Drum in the early part?
I don't know. Because I don't remember.
You seem to have
enough,
really positive reaction to Yuri Kuma.
I remember being really, really into Penguin Drum for the first 7 episodes or so, until it got more dramatic and I started getting more confused, and then it lost me a little bit.
There's just like we've said, there's just a certain level of just downness that you have for Yuri Kuma, just because it's. Because
it's so much
yell
fun
Kuma
and it's so
shock,
cute,
and you're like,
and it has a weird shit, and you're just like, yeah, I like this. I mean, it's the same thing I did with Penguin Drum, where it's like, there's a certain charm to it, where you're just like, fuck yeah, I want to watch more of this.
Right. So yeah, episode 4 finally. I guess I'd say it was the first time I felt like this show is good.
Yes.
I'm not just watching it for it being wacky. I was like, oh, that was actually good. I actually am now curious. I want to know where this is going instead of just watching absent-mindedly that a clusterfuck, a tornado of Lesbear. Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's it. That's the story. That's the thing. Goodbye.